Hi! In this video you learn how to make a website based on the same technology as those of CNN, eBay or Sony. And it will be incredibly simple as it requires no skills. Yeah, that's right. Additionally, the website will be mobile responsive, which means that it looks good from your desktop, iPad, iPhone or actually any other device. We are going to make such website together step by step, and the final result will be this. A complete interactive website, among which a blog with social media like buttons and a comment field. And we get here by following a simple 4-step approach. Let's go through each of them and also discuss the most important question: what does it cost? A domain name is a www.something.com, and a .com domain name costs around the $15 a year. A web host is basically where you store your website, and this is perhaps the most important part of your website as it determines the speed and the availability of your website. It is also the most expensive part of your website as it costs around the $8 a month, but the price varies significantly with the quality of the web host provider and the terms of the agreement. Now in this video we are going to use the web hosting hub because they are both of very high quality, among the cheapest, and they provide a 90-day money back guarantee. I put a link below so you can check it out yourself. An account costs $4.99 a month, including a free domain name in the first year. I guess the reason they are so cheap is because they provide tailor-made products for beginners, and hence we don't need to pay for expensive IT products that we will never use. Next, WordPress is the professional tool with which we are going to build our website. This tool is used by tons of big companies, and it is so user-friendly that you don't need any programming skills to build any website with it, be it a blog, a news magazine, a photo gallery or even an online store. Also, it is entirely free, and with the web host provider we will be using, the installation will be just a matter of a few clicks, so there will be no worries here. The last step is designing our website, and once we have installed WordPress this will be very easy. In this video we will build a complete interactive website in just half an hour, and this includes a mobile responsive website with pages, blogs with Facebook like buttons, comment fields, YouTube videos, image sliders, and we will even make a newsletter subscription form and design our own newsletter. And all this without any programming, so it will be very exciting. And also here there will be no additional costs. And these are all the steps we will go through, so let's start building our own website. If you're ready, let's click on the link below in the video description to register a domain name and subscribe to our web host. And that link brings us directly to this page. Let's click here and on Get Started. And here we can check if the domain name we have in mind is still available. So for this tutorial we will purchase the somewhat silly domain name great2awesome.com. And as you can see it is still available. I just quickly uncheck this paid service here, and then we continue to the purchase form. Now this is a standard form that you need to fill in to confirm your purchase. Also here I just uncheck the unnecessary paid services. So at the bottom of the page you can choose your plan. As you can see there are varying plans with varying prices and periods, and for this tutorial I will be using the Spark 36 months plan because that is the cheapest on a monthly basis and it contains all the necessary things that we need. But anyhow, regardless of the plan you choose, the next steps will be the same, so don't worry about it. Now I'm just going to pause the video so I don't need to share my credit card information and stuff while I fill in the form, but then we will continue with the next steps. So now we are the owner of a domain name and we have received several confirmation emails. The next step is to install WordPress on our domain name, and for that we click on the email that welcomes us to the web hosting hub. Now the installation will be very simple. Let's just follow the instructions and click here. We can log into our so-called account management panel here with our email address and password, but because you are here for the first time you still need to create the password, and as the black text suggests you can easily create that by clicking on this link. But obviously I already have a password because I have all my domain names under this account, so I will log in directly. Now you might get a bit intimidated by all these icons, but the good thing is that we only need to install WordPress and then we will never come here again. We click on the cPanel icon And then we need to log in again, but now in our cPanel. And again, you can create a password by clicking on Reset Password. But now let's just log in directly. We go to Top Applications and click on WordPress. Install. Make sure you have the right domain name here, but as you most likely only have one domain name right now, it is automatically selected for you. Now these you can just leave as is. Also the site settings, you might want to fill it in, but you can also edit them later, so no worries here. The only thing that is relevant for now is the admin account, because this is the account we will be using every time we will log into our website. As username I simply take admin, and let's make up a password. And here I just take my own email address. And that is it, we now just install it. And as I promised to you earlier, it is this easy to install WordPress on our website. So now that the installation is complete, we need to log into our website. It might be useful to remember that the way to do that is to go to your domain name /wp-admin, like you see here. And then we simply use the account details we just created. So in my case that is admin and my password. And that brings us to the back end of our website, from where we can design our website. Now as you will see, this interface is very user friendly, although it might not be so obvious when you log in here for the first time. I could obviously explain each of the items in the navigation menu, but I think it is more efficient if we just learn by doing. So that is what we will be doing here in this video. Let me just quickly show you how to change some general site settings to get started. So go to Settings, General, and here you can give your website a name or change any other basic website setting, but I will just leave it as is for the sake of this tutorial. Now next it is time to install a good looking theme on our website, and a theme is just a fancy WordPress word for the layout of your website. And the good thing of WordPress is that it offers thousands of free themes that you can change and design as you wish. And to install a theme we go to Appearance, Themes, Add New, and for this tutorial we will install one of the more popular themes in WordPress called Responsive, and that is this one, and we simply install it and then we activate it. And now that our theme is installed, let's just check out our website. You can obviously just type in the URL in your browser for that, but you can also just simply click here on Visit Site. And here it is. As you see, the theme is clean and simple, and as the name suggests, it is also mobile responsive, and you can check it out by visiting your website with a mobile device, or perhaps more simply just by changing the width of the window, and just observe how the layout then changes. Okay, so let's just take a moment to reflect on what we have been doing so far and what is yet to come. So by now we have actually done all the basics, which is registering a domain name, subscribing to a web host and installing WordPress. And now we can focus on designing our website, and actually we just started with that by installing this theme. Next we will insert a logo right here, and then we will add pages to the navigation menu, and we'll also create 2 pages ourselves, one basic page and a contact form. Now as you see, all pages have a sidebar, and we will design our own sidebar also. And by then we actually have a great website, but we will further enhance the design of our website with 3 additional steps. The first step is inserting an image slider, and we will place it right here. Then we will make a blog with social media like buttons, a comment section, and we'll also insert a YouTube video in our blog. And finally we will insert a newsletter subscription form to our website to which visitors can subscribe, and for completeness sake we will also design our own newsletter that we can send out to all our subscribers. So let's just start with the logo. We go back to our dashboard and move down to Appearance, Theme Options, go to Logo Upload, and we want to remove the default logo, so we just click here, and here we can upload an image. Now in this case I have just googled a silly image which I will use as logo, so I click here. If you wish you can still edit it or scale it, but I just like it as is, so I just publish it. And then save it. Let's now check out our website and how it looks like. And we obviously do that by first refreshing the page. And here it is. So we have inserted our own logo to our website. And next, let's get rid of this sample page and add 2 pages to our navigation menu. And the way to do that is we just go back to our dashboard, and now we go to Pages, All Pages. And here we have the complete overview of all our pages. Now this is the dummy page that is automatically created with the installation of WordPress. So let's just get rid of it by scrolling over it and then select Trash. Let's now create 2 pages, and we do that by clicking on this one. And this page I call Contact. And let's, for the sake of this tutorial, click on Screen Options, check Discussions, and uncheck below the Commands and Trackbacks. And then we publish it. And let's now create the other page. And this page we call About. And we again uncheck these and publish it. Okay, let's now check it out. So as you see, the 2 pages are now added to our navigation menu, and when we click on it, we see that it's still empty. So let's now just focus on designing a basic page. So we go back to our About page. In this box we can add anything we wish to our page, and I will just paste some dummy text that I created. Okay, let's save it and just quickly check it out. So it starts to look like something. And perhaps to make this more complete, we could insert an image to the page. And that is actually very easy. So I want to insert it right here. And for that I just click on Add Media, select Files, and now we can simply select our image. This one. Now make sure that the size of the image is the one you wish. I want the full size. And then insert it. Update page. So let's check out our page again. So with little effort we have created this nice page. Now it is still basic, but the blog that we will create later will be much more advanced with YouTube videos, like buttons, command fields, so it will get even better. Now don't worry about this edit link, you only see this because you are logged in as the owner of this website, and the same holds actually also for this black bar here on top. Any other visitor won't see these things, and you can check it out by just logging out from WordPress and then visiting your website. So let's now design our second page, the contact page. So it would be nice to have a contact page that mentions the contact details right here, and perhaps have below the contact form that visitors could use to send an email with. And the way to do that is we just go back to our dashboard and go to our contact page. And here I just paste a dummy address that I have. And now I want to insert a contact form right below the address, and the way to do that is we need to install a plugin, and a plugin is basically something that extends the functionality of WordPress. Now to install a plugin we need to go to Plugins and Add New. Now there are plenty of contact forms you can download, and the one I like is called Contact Form Clean and Simple. And it's the first one, so just install it and activate it. And let's now check out the settings of the plugin. And here we can basically add any basic settings that we want, but we don't really need to do that. Instead we go up to the shortcode, and this shortcode you can use to refer to the contact form from anywhere on your website, and we simply use it by copying the link, and in our case we want to place it in our contact page, so we go to Pages, All Pages, Contact, and then we just paste it where we want to have it, and then save it. So let's see what the shortcode has been doing. And here it is. And as you notice, that shortcode is now referring to the contact form that we have just installed. And when a visitor fills in this form and presses on the send button, his message will be by default sent to the email address that is connected to the WordPress account. But if you want it to be sent to any other email address, then it's no problem, you just change it on the settings of this plugin. So with the logo and the 2 pages we have added, the website starts to look like something. Now next we could design the sidebar of our pages. Currently it contains all these unnecessary items which I'd like to get rid of, except then perhaps for the search box. And then we will add a Facebook like box to the sidebar. So we go back to our dashboard, and we move down to Appearance and Widgets. Now what you see here on the right side are all the prominent sections of our website, such as the homepage sections, but we will check that out later, and the sidebar section that we will focus on for now. And as you see, the sidebar currently contains all these items that we just want to get rid of, and we can do that by simply dragging it and dropping it away. And I just do that for all of them except then for the search box. Okay, so let's just quickly check it out. And as you see, only the search box is left in the sidebar now. Now I would like to add a Facebook like box just below it, and this is a little bit more tricky, but we will make it. Let's first open a new page, and we just Google for Facebook like box. And it's the first one. Now here you can use any Facebook link you wish. Let's, for the sake of this tutorial, choose a random Facebook page. Let me just try the Couchsurfing page, which is some kind of a traveling community. Okay, here we can take a width of 250 pixels, and let's choose a height of 350 pixels. Now I like it without a header better. Yep. So then we click on Get Code. We go to iframe and then copy the code we see here. Then we need to drop a text box widget just here in the sidebar. And then we paste the link just in this text box. Now let's take as a title "Like us on Facebook" and save it. Okay, so we made it. This was perhaps the hardest of all the steps to come, so let's check out what we made of it. And this is the new sidebar. And as the sidebar is the same on all pages, the visitors can simply like the Facebook page from anywhere on the website. And with this, the sidebar is complete. Now obviously we could just repeat the same steps to add more items to it, but let's instead just focus on the home page. And the immediate next step will be to change the dummy text we have here. So for that we just go under Appearance to Theme Options, Home Page, and here we can change the headline. So let's make of it "Awesome," and in the subheader, "Create your imagination." And for the content section, I had already prepared something, so I'm just going to paste it right here. And here we can change the text of the blue button, and let's make of it "Contact us." And in the text above it, we can link the blue button to the URL we put here. So let's just copy the URL of our contact page and paste it back here. Okay, let's save it and check it out again. And this is the result. Now we have created here the Contact Us button, so if we click on it, it leads us to our contact page, and that is just how easy it is. So let's now reflect again on what we have done so far. So we know now how to build a great website, which includes registering a domain name, installing a theme, inserting a logo, creating a basic page with an image, inserting a contact form, and designing a sidebar, which we just did. And now that we can make all this, let's go to the next level and insert 3 very nice features to our website. But before we do that, let me just show you how to make use of these 3 widget areas here. Now I will simply shortly describe the next 3 steps in each of these widget areas. So let's go back again to our dashboard, and we go down under Appearance to Widgets. And the widget areas I just showed you are called Home Widget 1, Home Widget 2 and Home Widget 3. Now I'd like to insert images to these widget areas, and if you want to avoid using HTML coding for that, which I actually do, then we need to install a plugin for that. So let's go to Plugins, Add New, and let's search for the plugin Black Studio. This is the one. Then activate it. So if we move back to our widgets, then we see a new widget here called Visual Editor, and this is what we should drag and drop in our home widgets. And now you actually see how easy it is to insert images. We just click here on Add Media, Upload Files, and I just choose one I already prepared. And I have also prepared some text that I will just copy, paste. Okay. So let's do exactly the same for Home Widget 2. And the same for Home Widget 3. So we save it, and let's now check out our website. And here it is. So in the following we will add 3 nice features to our website. First we will insert an image slider, and we will place it right here, replacing this image. And we will be able to add as many images as we wish to our image slider. We can link each of the images to a different page, and we can even also add some text to them. So I think this slider will really improve the look of the homepage. Now in our second step we are going to create a blog, and what I really like about the blog is that it contains a comment section, and visitors can like it or even share it via Facebook, Twitter or Google. And such features are not only nice to have, but they also really improve the traffic to your website. Also, I will show you how to insert a YouTube video to your blog, and then we will put a link here that directs the visitors to that blog. And the last step is actually my favorite. We will insert a newsletter, so in case visitors like our website, they can subscribe to the newsletter by leaving their email address, and then we can update them periodically via the newsletters. So we will not only insert a subscription form to our website, but we will also design a newsletter which we could send around to our subscribers. But let's for now just focus on step 1, the image slider. And in order to insert an image slider, we need to install another plugin. So we go to plugins, add new, and one of the sliders I really like is called Easy WordPress Parallax Slider. So we install it and activate it. And as you notice, we have now a new item in our navigation menu called EPS, which stands for the image slider we just installed. By clicking on the plus sign here, we create a new slider. And here on the right side, we can change the general settings of the slider, so let's just quickly do that. Now I like the background color to be the same as the homepage background, which is white. Here you can define the dimensions of the slider, and I like the width to be 420 pixels and the height 350 pixels. And we should also define the dimensions of the images in the slider, and we can do that below under slider image settings. Now I would like the images to be exactly the same size as the slider, so there won't be any edges. And we can also change the speed at which images come and go, and we can do that here under interval, and I will just choose a speed of 6 seconds. And as you see, there are a lot of other settings you can play with, but for the sake of this tutorial I will just keep them as is and instead move on the left side to insert the images. And we can insert images by clicking here on add slides. And I'm going to insert 4 simple images I just found via Google, and I just try to insert them all at the same time by holding down the control button. And here they are. Now you can change the order in which the images are presented by just drag and dropping the images up or down. And as you notice, we can add to each of the images a title and a description. And this is a placeholder for additional text that we could link to another page via the URL that we put here. Now my intention with the image slider is to present the 3 features that we just mentioned in the widget areas. So let me just write down something for the first slide, which is some kind of an introduction. The sky is the limit with the next 3 steps. And you can also easily change the font settings for the title and the content. And let's quickly select a white color for both the title and the content. Again, you can play with more settings, but I like the default settings, so I just keep them as is. Now the next image refers to the slider, which we are now of course working on. And again, I select the color to be white. Okay, the second feature is the blog with comments and likes. And for the title, let's take a dark brown color. And for the content, a dark greenish color. And then the last step is the newsletter. And visitors can subscribe to it. And for the title, let's take a black color. And for the content, a brownish color. Okay, so let's now quickly save it. And what we need to do now is to place this slider on our home page, and we can do that in a similar way as we did for the contact form via a shortcode. So if we move down, we see the shortcode of this slider, and we just copy it, and then we go to Appearance, Theme Options, Homepage, and then we paste it under Featured Content here. Okay, and now we are done. So let's check out what we made of it. And here it is. So the images will pass by one, and when we scroll over the slider, we notice that two arrows appear with which we can move to the next image or to the previous image. So with this, our homepage is pretty complete, and we can now move on to the second step, and that is creating the blog. And I find this perhaps even more exciting than the slider because of the interactive features that we will be adding. Now, a blog is actually very similar to a page, but one of the main differences is that a blog is regularly updated, whereas a page such as the contact page or the about page that we made is much more static in function. Therefore, WordPress has an item on this navigation menu dedicated to blogs, and it is called Posts, which is simply the WordPress word for blogs. So let's just click on All Posts. And as you see, WordPress comes with a default post called Hello World, which you can delete if you wish, but I will just rename it. How to install WordPress. And then we save the blog, just in a similar way we saved our pages. Now let's also add a new blog by clicking here on Add New. And as title I take Why You Shouldn't Compromise on Web Hosting Quality. For the text I already prepared something, so I will just copy paste it here. And just like we did for the about page, I would like to insert an image here. So we go to Add Media, Upload Files, and then we just select our image. Okay. And perhaps what would be nice is to insert a YouTube video here in the end of the blog, and that is actually pretty easy. We just need to go to the YouTube video we like to insert, and then below the video we should click on Share and then Embed, and just copy this link. Now we need to make sure that we are not in our visual mode but in our text mode, and for that we click here, and then we paste the link where we would like to have the video and publish. So let's check out what we made of it, and we can do that by just clicking here on this link, View Post. And here it is. So first the image, then the text, and below it the YouTube video. And the cool thing is that the video can be played directly from your website. And what we also see is that below the blog there is a link to our previous blog, and in case there would be a later blog there would also be a link that would refer to that on the right side. And if we scroll further down we notice a comment section, but because we are logged in as administrator this is not what it actually looks like for the visitors. So let me just quickly log out. And as we notice there is no longer this black bar here on top of the page, and if we scroll down we see how our visitor sees the comment section. So why don't we just leave a comment. I just give my name here and my email address, and let's just make up something, and then we post the comment, and there it is. And if you read well, you notice that it says here awaiting moderation, and that actually means that the comment still needs to be approved. Now this is purely for security reasons, to keep spam out, and you can even disable it if you wish. And the way to approve this comment is well, obviously first by logging in. And then we go to our comment section here. and this is where we have the overview of all our commands. And as you also see, there is a default command that comes with the installation of WordPress, and here we see the new command that we just wrote and which is waiting for approval. And we just click here on approve, and that's all. So let's check it out. And as we notice, there is no longer an additional statement here. Okay, let's now continue finish the blog. So what would be really nice is to have like buttons or share buttons on this page, because that doesn't only look nice on our blog, but it will also help increase the traffic to our website. And as you might guess by now, the way to insert the social media buttons is by installing a plugin. So we go back to plugins, add new, and we will search for the plugin called Simple Social Buttons. And this is it. Activate it. And next we go to the settings of the plugin. Here we can change all sort of settings, so let's just quickly go through them. So here we can choose where we would like to have the buttons appear in the post. I like to have them appear both in the beginning and in the end of the blog, so I just checked them both. And below we can do the same thing for the pages, but I prefer not to have social media like buttons on the pages, so I just uncheck them all. And that's all. So let's save it and check out what we made of it. And here it is. And as you see, we have now like buttons for Google, Facebook and Twitter. And they are both on top of the page as well as here on the bottom of the page. And with this we have finished our blog, but perhaps what we still should do is insert a link somewhere that leads the visitor to this blog. So if we just move to the home page, then I like to add a link just to this text. And it is actually very easy to do that. First we just copy the URL of the blog, and then we go down to appearance, widgets, and then we need to go to home widget 2. And here we select the text that we want to link to the blog, and then we just click on this chain, and in this box we can just paste the URL. And here you can even choose if you wish to open the page in a new window or not, and then we just save it, and that's it. And as you see, the text has now turned into a link, and when we click on it, we simply get to the blog. Looks pretty good. Okay. And with this we have now really finished step 2. So now that we know how to insert a slider and create a blog, let's now focus on the third and perhaps the most exciting step, which is creating a newsletter. Now the idea behind this concept is that visitors that like our website can just subscribe to a newsletter to stay informed, be it about new blogs, new articles or new products that are released on our website. And the reason I like this so much is that it is a great way to create a bond with our visitors. So first we will insert a subscription form to our website, and then we will design together a newsletter that we could send out to all our subscribers just with one click. And as you might guess by now, for the newsletter subscription form we need to install a plugin. So we go to plugins, add new, and we will search for the difficult to pronounce plugin called Visija. Just look at my spelling. And we click on install. And activate. We have now a new item on our navigation menu called Visija. So let's go to the settings and then to forms. and let's edit the default form that comes with it. So here we can design the subscription form that the visitor sees on our website. Currently these are the items on the subscription form. We could add additional items with the tools on the right side. Now what I would like is that a visitor does not only leave his email address but perhaps also his first name. So we just drag this item and drop it in the box here. And to make the design a bit cleaner, I like to put the label in the text field instead of on top of it. And we do that by just clicking here on Edit and check Display within Input. And let's do the same for the email. Okay. Now we are done with the design, so let's save it. And next we need to place this form somewhere on our website, and in this tutorial it will be on our sidebar. So just like the contact form and the slider, we need to do that via a shortcode, and we find the shortcode by clicking here and then we just copy it. As we want to place it in the sidebar, we just go to Appearance, Widgets, and here is the sidebar. So we first add a text box to it, and then we just paste the shortcode. And let's make the title Subscribe to our newsletter. Great! So let's check it out. And to see the new sidebar, we need to go to any of our pages. And now we see the newsletter subscription form here. So a visitor that likes our website can now very easily subscribe to our newsletter to stay up to date. Let me just show you what happens when we fill in the form. And when a visitor presses this subscribe button, then he will receive an automatically generated email to confirm his subscription, and that's simply to keep spammers out of the website. So if we go to our email account, then we see a new email. So we just open it and simply click on this confirmation link. And with that, the subscription is confirmed. So let me now just show you where we can find the overview of all our subscribers. We just go to Visija and simply click on subscribers. And here we have the complete overview. So one of them is just me being the administrator of the website, and the other one is the subscriber we just created together. So let's now see how we can create a newsletter that we can send to all our subscribers. Now for that we simply click here on newsletters. Now we could add a new newsletter by clicking here, but as you notice there is already a default newsletter here, and for the sake of this tutorial we will just edit it. On the left side we see the newsletter email, and on our right side we see the tools with which we can design the newsletter. Now the use of the tool is very intuitive, as you can simply drag and drop items to your newsletter. Also you can upload images if you wish, or even insert an extract of your posts or blogs. And with a little effort we can create a very nice looking newsletter, and to demonstrate that we will just design one very quickly by using the same images and text as we have been using for the website. Now it's very intuitive, so please just follow the mouse with me. So let's just insert some images, and as we have already uploaded them to WordPress, we just click here and just select the ones I need. Okay, I just get rid of this by clicking here on the cross and insert the logo instead, and just bring it one level up. Okay, and let's now add some text here, and I will just copy paste some text of the website, and I just take this one and paste it. Okay, let's now change the background color to dark grayish, and perhaps also the text color to let's make it white. Okay, cool. Let's perhaps also center the alignment. Yeah, just like this. Okay, cool. Now let me just quickly insert the images that mention the steps to come. And let's add a text widget to each of these images. And let's place them just next to it, just like that. Okay. And let's do the same. Yeah. Okay. And let's now make use of the divider. Just place it in between the two. Okay. Now let me just quickly copy paste again some text from the home page. And I will do that for each of these steps. So I will paste it here. And let's do the same for the second step. Okay. And paste it. And again, we paste it right here. Okay. Let's move down and delete some of these text here. We can leave the social media buttons, but still delete the footer here. Let's instead insert our blog. And we do that by dragging the WordPress post and putting it just where we want it. Okay. And now we can choose which of the blocks we would like to insert. I inserted the first one. And let's have the text below the image. And let's increase the size of the image. Just like that. Okay. Cool. And we are actually done now. Let's quickly save it. And then go to the next step. So this is the final step in which we can change the subject of the newsletter as it appears in the inbox of the subscribers. Now we can also change the email address from which we will send it from. Obviously I would have used a more professional email address if I would really send it out, but let's just move on to the next page. Here in the green box it says that the email will be sent out in 21 minutes, but you can send it out right away by just clicking here. Now as we don't have any subscribers ourselves anyways, let's instead just preview it. And we do that by clicking here. And here it is. So obviously we created this in a hurry, but imagine how nice it can look like if you spend a little bit more time on it. And if a subscriber reads this and he likes to continue reading the blog, he just clicks here and then gets to our website. And with this we have come to the end of this tutorial. As you have made it this far, you know now how to make a mind-blowing website with lots of functionalities. All this you have learned in less than an hour, so imagine what you can make in a day or a week. If you would like to learn more useful tricks for your WordPress website, you can subscribe to this newsletter or to my YouTube channel. And feel free to visit this website as I might update it on a regular basis. Now, if you found this tutorial useful, I would be very grateful if you could like this video. Thanks if you make that effort, but anyhow, thanks for watching and good luck with your website.